Hey you guys, welcome back to another day, another stream. It's been about a couple of days or so since I came on here, and like I said, I usually do every other day to every couple days, but mainly I've started now and do more every other day. So this way I can still check in with you guys and, don't get too concerned about me. But, as people are making their way in here, please be aware to be respectful in my chat, but also, be aware of all the people that start to come in here, because we will be having a lot of new people join in, so we want to make sure we are showing them what the expectations are that happens in here, so that way when they keep coming, they know right on. Because, we don't want to show a new subscriber the wrong sides. So just, make sure you are showing, make sure that all my current people who have been here before that you are showing all of our new subscribers how the live is done, meaning, you know, gotta make them feel welcome and, just do our part. So hopefully everyone's day though was good on this Monday today. My day was pretty good. All I did today was I pet sit my neighbor's dog for like twice today. Because I went over there this morning to let their dog out, and then I went back over there again around 12:30 my time and did it as well. And then after that, I got to come back here, relax, and all that. And then I also went swimming tonight as well, which the water wasn't too bad. I mean, after a few minutes of just going slowly, like doing half of you, like one part of you at a time, then it's good to go because your body gets used to it after a bit. And so, um, but at the very end though, the pool felt pretty good afterward. But once late June going into July, it will be a lot easier to get into. Because at that point, it will feel a little bit warmer, like a lot more warmer. And, it's just a step in and go situation and not just waiting every few seconds. But also, if you are new, make sure to go like and subscribe if you have not done that, so that way you don't miss a video or a stream or a short or really anything on here that I post. So, I also put the same information down below on my pinned comment, so for those that are coming in here, you get a visual. That's just what we do. So, um, yeah. Um, Over here it's only 10:25 for me right now, in which we're just chilling, doing nothing really crazy. That's good though, because at night you really shouldn't do anything too chaotic. You just relax. You can kind of do a little bit whatever, but not like to the point where you're still gonna run circles. And so, um, yeah. So, um, yeah, let me get over here real quick. Just to kind of sit more comfortably with y'all. But also, if you are a mod, part of my stream, welcome as well. And just so you guys are aware, I do have mods who are a part of my live stream as well. So this way, if we have to deal with somebody in here, then they can be the people dealing with them than me. Because, let me just say this. Even this needs to go up to all content, all people on here who have a channel themselves, and either they don't add mods or they don't think about it that much. Definitely a recommendation to those people is it's good to have a a decent variety of mods in your live streams, because what if you have two or three people in your stream being rude for no reason, or they're trying to aim at you as a target to just, act stupid, you know? And so, um, yeah. So, even that's just one, thanks too. So, yeah, so for those people that do stream, definitely kind of put that in thought. And the mods don't need to be anything too crazy. It can be, you can be like me, where, you can do however you want to, but I'll tell you, me and mods, I have a good chunk variety of you guys, so then this way, if we have to do with somebody and let's say half of y'all weren't able, then there would be a chance that the other half of y'all would be able to step in and do what you're supposed to do. And it's like, for example, if you, another example of that though is, um, how us people who are 16 plus and we are working a job and stuff like that, and we have coworkers and stuff like that and management. It's kind of like that, where your mods are they're kind of like your coworkers, but for your stream. And so, but they're also like security in a way, but without having a license. Only just coming on here whenever I'm on here. But other than that, they have way more off days than what you would do if you actually were working and stuff like that. Because if you were working, you would probably have only maybe, you would have a couple days off, just depending on the place you work for. But you know, we just gotta do we just gotta do our part. And so, um, yeah. So, man, when are we gonna get people in this chat? But like I said, but yeah, um, that's just what's happening here. Man, we need to figure out who else is gonna get in here. But, um, yeah, I don't know why I've got no one in this chat right now. But, man. Anyway, um, but yeah, like I said though, if you are new here, be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single video or a live stream or anything I post on here. Because I would hate if someone were to come in here and just watch a live throughout, but then let's say they did not get notified about when I went live the next time. So just kind of be aware to do the things so that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, it's just at the end of the day you're going like crazy. Just make sure at the end of the day that you are, man, that you are hitting the notification bell when you are subscribing, so that way. But the thing is, make sure it's on to all notifications, so this way you won't miss you won't miss any, like, you won't miss not any single video. And so, um, yeah. But, so this is what we're doing at the very moment. But, But yeah, you guys can ask questions in the comment section. Just all we're doing right now is we're just hanging out for a few minutes. I just want to see if people are gonna join or not. Cause you know, cause some people will join, some are life happens. That's just you just gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. So just fixing my glasses because they're looking a little crooked, which that needs to be a crime in my own head. So, all right, man. Hopefully Wednesday was good today. I know mine was. It was just a typical Monday. That's what Mondays usually are for everybody. Is it's pretty typical because you're starting a new week and it's you're never gonna really know what's gonna happen in the week though because a lot of things can happen at once without knowing it. And so it's just Monday. It's just prepare for what's happening, or just be ready to try to get prepared for what's unexpected to happen. And so, um, yeah. So, um, I wonder who my person's in here right now. Oh, excuse me, I got allergy a little bit. So give me just a second. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, I kind of do hate allergy season a little bit though. Because I mean, I think all of us do. Because, oof, all the pollen levels in the air and just, you know, they like to mess with you quite a bit. Yeah. So, that's just what happens though. Because, I mean, y'all, we can't control how all the pollen in the air and just chaos goes. I mean, a lot of us would wish we did, because if we did, that we can control the entire body system with that. But we can't. But it would be cool if we could control it one day. But y'all, we're not even made to do that. So, um, anyway, right now it's 10:34 over here. I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing much at the moment. So feel free to ask whatever. And don't be, and let me just say something real quick. Don't stay quiet. Like, don't come in here if you're not, if y'all are not gonna say anything in my chat and you're just coming in here just watching the entire time, well, I don't know who you are, but that's just sus. I'll put it there. Because if somebody is coming in here and they're just watching without saying hi or something in the chat, telling me, oh, someone's name's in the chat, they'll be like, oh, hi, so and so, how are you doing today? So it just, it helps me out. It just, it helps me out know who's in here because, you don't want to seem too weird. But hey there, how are you doing? I can see you're new. Stinky in. I'm doing pretty good. What about you? Man, you guys, it's crazy. You want to put me over here so y'all not going at the chat going, why you in front of a light? When I'm right now in front of my lamp. It's just, that's what they do. Me, let's make me look crazy. Hmm? I am from the US. Good questions, y'all. But also, I will say this too. Don't ask questions that are inappropriate. I'm not saying you're doing it now, but I'm just saying it going forward in general. Which right now you're being good about that. But it's good to address it early before it happens because this goes also for another tip. Let's say if some of you are just saying, let's just say you're talking like normal to your people and all of a sudden somebody just blares out something inappropriate, either if it's their own personal information or if they're just saying something stupid, or something that we should not know about. So it's just good to address it early while you can before you have to really put up with it, because none of us don't want to see either someone saying something rude about either me or saying just, stuff just to irritate me or try to make me go crazy, or make someone in the chat go crazy as well. So we just don't, we don't want to have that happen. And also, the goal is to not scare away others. Because if others come in here and see what's happening, they might not want to keep coming in here if people are just going to keep spilling out kind of stuff. Do you, um, sneaking in, I used to, actually. I, gosh, well, my years, I gotta remember all this. I did Special Olympics in 2015, which was I did basketball, bowling, and track, and then I did those sports again in 2017, and then again for 2019 through 2020. Yeah, so right through COVID year. Which my third year I only went up to basketball because, like, right around that time, it was right before COVID was hitting at the time. And so, oh, that's cool. Nice. Which one of those two sports is like which one do you feel like you like the most out of them two? Because I'll tell you, for me, I definitely like bowling. Because I am, let's just say this. Let's just say in general, if I was going bowling with like a friend or something, and, just for fun and stuff like that, let's just say I kind of will get a slight bit competitive. Just a bit. Just because it's like showdown and stuff like that. But it's also very fun too and stuff. Um, but I mean, but I'll say number one for me is bowling because I like it and it's just fun to do, and it's not too hard. And I'll say with me, and then I also, like I said, I did basketball as well, which for me I wasn't too bad at basketball, but I think for me that wasn't till I was in my third year, which I did um 5-on-5. So in Special Olympics, there's individual where you and your teammates are more in like a smaller group of people, just playing with others, not like a full team to team competing situation. So you're just on your own with other people that are in their same individual, and you kind of just do just stuff in that. It's just an easier way because let's say if you're not the best to where you feel like you could compete, but and so I was in individual for basketball for 2 years. Then my third year, which was 2020, I was it, I was on the 5-on-5 team. So let's just say, when it comes to playing 5-on-5 or 3-on-3, because I actually ended up in one of those sections. Because let's just say I ended up in 5-on-5, and let's just say about that, let's just say I could have done better. Because, in general, I've never watched basketball fully ever. Like, I'm not a huge, I don't know why. I'm just not really a person who watches basketball often, so it's like, you know, of course my brain does not understand the layout. And let's just say this for reference, I am 5'3" for height references. But on my team though, we were all mixed of all kind of heights. Like there were a couple people on my team who were tall, and then some were short, and then some were like in between. Like I was one of the in between shorties. Like I wasn't too short, but I also wasn't too tall either. So I was more in between. And also, I don't give away my other socials on here. It's not you guys, it's, I'm putting safety first because, there's a lot of people that just do things out there. But yeah. So, and then y'all, let me tell you this. In general, I do suck at running. But a shocker though, to me what was crazy, I somehow was not sucking in competitions. That's to me that's nuts. I'm not gonna lie. Like cause I'll tell you, when I was in my second year, not third year, my first year of track, which was 2015, I did the 50-meter dash. I was pretty good in that one. I forgot the placing I got, but that's a long time ago. And y'all, I was literally in elementary school at the time, so it's like, you know, and plus, definitely don't remember that far, so it's okay. And then my second year, which was basically 2017, yeah, 2017-ish to 2018 year, I think it was 2018 that I did the 100-meter dash, which again, it was another shocker. Like, it was another shocking point that I, again, literally did so good. Like, I really. And the thing with me, I can run fast for like a minute and then slow down. But with these past competitions, though, those years, I just kept my same speed the entire time, which even to myself, I tell myself, I wish I could have kept that, even outside. But, not all people are good at running, which is okay. We don't all have to be good at a certain thing, you know? Like, y'all, you can be good at all kinds of stuff, and there could be other things that you don't have to be good at. We're not perfect. We're human. So, and like I said, we're not perfect. We're not meant to be that way. We are people. We learn things, which is a good thing, because if we're not learning things, who are we? First of all, let's make sure I'm missing our comments that are coming in here. But, so, just make sure. Also, stinking in, be aware, I'll say this too, I'll kind of address this too. Be aware, don't try to spam the same sentence constantly, because now on YouTube, an administrator who works on YouTube will actually physically block you. Not me, not Ahmad. Like, not just me or Ahmad will do it. Literally, an administrator works of YouTube will look at that and think, oh, that person is spamming that YouTuber's life. Yep. So just a friendly reminder. And like I said, it's good that I'm saying that now to you before issues go on down the road. That's what I mean. Why I address things early, like I catch it before it gets late. Because I said earlier, if you don't address something right away, then you can have problems later down the road. Either if it is like, you know, just the little things in like your day-to-day schedule, or if you know, let's say you went on vacation somewhere and you're like, I should have just had a little bit more of this thing, of more of this object, or I should have had less, you know, or should have had an extra pair of like clothing, stuff like that. So it's just kind of, those little points where you can learn from, because we all learn from our mistakes here. And so just by saying that to ourselves, that kind of gives us checkpoints and learning points as well. So that way, for like future whatever we do, we can put that in our like kind of we kind of put that as a note to self, saying this is just what this is just what we need to do, so we're not overdoing it. And so, so, hate that. I'm not gonna lie about that. So, um, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, um, pretty cray. Oh, good. Man, why is my hair a dang mess right now? I'm gonna get up just so I don't. But yeah, let's get moved for just a moment. Oh, here we go. But yeah, so. And honestly, y'all, let me say it. Right now I'm wearing a jacket because I'm freezing off the bat, even though it's literally in the 80s right now, like early 80s. And y'all, actually today's temp though in my area, it was actually in the 90s. Y'all, y'all, I feel like to me we're slowly getting there. Like one day eventually it's gonna start hitting the hundreds though, which imagine that. That's just gonna be nuts. I'll say that. But I mean, it's almost summer at this point. Like, even not we're in the month of summer, but like the actual date of summer is not for like another couple weeks. And so it's like, just slowly getting prepared for all of the crazy heat changes that are going on. And just, it's good to, like I said, it's good to get prepared for it so you don't have less or way, like, you don't have less of all that, just, of things that you will need for it. So, um, yeah, but, let's see. Let's just try to see what's happening real quick. So, sorry, I was checking something. But, yeah. So, and why is none of my I do not know why I don't have any of my mods in my chat right now. But man, at least one of my mods needs to start getting here, so this way if we start getting complaints or something, then, they can just be right there when it happens, so we don't have to, you know, we don't have to go nuts at ourselves going, why is this person not in here? Or, it's just a thing though. Because, and like I said earlier, mods are for me, they're very important people in a live stream because if, and like I said, moderators are almost like helpers. They're almost like coworkers. Like I said, if you were to work at like Walmart, or anywhere, you would have other people, which is AK your coworkers that help out. They kind of help you out, figure out tasks and stuff like that, and you work with them a lot. It's a team. It's what you do. And so with my mods, it's like that. But the best part with them is they get a lot. They get a lot of flexible time where I'm not like constant. Like I'm not on here. Like I'm not. I mean I am on here, but you get my point. But it's because I'm not like I don't do streams every single day of the year. I did do that for like the beginning of that. Like from the moment I was able to start streaming, which was like I think early November, going into I think it's like sometime November or beginning of December was when I was able to actually start live streams on here, which is kind of crazy in my head. But yeah, so I've been doing it that long, which is crazy. But I've done YouTube in general for over, in general, a couple years, but in between, at one point at that time, I stopped because I was in school at the time, and it was, you know how school gets. It gets very crazy. It gets very hectic and stuff like that. And plus, I was also a high school senior a year ago, so it was just. But also in general, like high school was just, it's a crazy time of year where you really start thinking about, you kind of start getting your idea or just visual layout of what you want to do after school, or just kind of get a few things, start brainstorming about and thinking about if you want to go further in it. It's just preparing for what you want to do sometime after high school, not directly if you don't want to go that far. Like, y'all, for example, with me, I took a gap year. Like, I've been taking a gap year this year just to kind of really give me, just to think about. And then, y'all, let me just say this, taking a gap year is actually a good thing, because after 12 long years in school without without stopping, because we can't, it's the law. And so, even we all wish we could stop at one point, but um yeah. So, um oh, what was I thinking? But yeah, and so it's good to take a gap year, so then that way you can kind of hit the brake on neutral. And let me say, high school is going to be the year where it is chaotic, because like I said, you're planning for your future, but also a lot of crazy things happen in high school. So it just gets pretty stressful pretty quickly for some people, because you know, you're just learning a lot, and it's okay. But so yeah, but that's just what you kind of do, though. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just, you just gotta do it sometimes. But let me see. So far, I've been live for 32 minutes already. But yeah, so I'll go ahead. Let me just try to see what's going on. Mm. But yeah. Anyway, so good age. But yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna be on here for that long though, because I don't know, body's not gonna. I mean, I'll be up for a couple more hours, but riding my bicycle just wanted to kind of start slowing down slowly. But um, yeah. So um, yeah. But so that's just kind of what's going on and stuff like that. But also just to kind of throw out things on here, update wise. I mean, y'all, eventually soon I'm gonna have to get back at posting. I mean, I've been posting on here, but man, I gotta start posting more, which I invent. And I mean, like I said, I need to start posting more, which I have been posting on here. It's just, you sometimes will run out of ideas, or just, it takes a bit for you to come up with stuff. So yeah. So well, that's just what we do, though. But the thing is, all of us will forget, like, not forget, but a lot of us will run out of ideas that we'll do on here, because you do so much on here. It's just, your brain starts to literally get empty and just, you start to go blank for a while just until you think about something. But, yeah, so it's just kind of what you do sometimes. Oof, man. But yeah, so, um, yeah. But anyway, hopefully, um, but yeah, maybe sometime this week I could try to do something, but I'll have to think about it and see what comes to mind. I mean, eventually soon I do need to post another series of, I do need to post another one of my motivational positivity series on here, because I've done 2 episodes so far, but I just need to come up with my third one, because, it's good to, it's just good to have that on there. And so, but definitely if you guys have recommendations that y'all might want to try to have me on, that you might want to hear, or just, something that you just think sounds good. Like, it can be anything positivity related, or, it can be like story time, like positivity stuff, or, it could be all kinds of like good like that. But that's just, you can comment that below if you want to, outside of live if you want. But, that's if you come up with stuff though. And then maybe I'll put some of those into perspective, maybe. But anyway, though, I'm gonna go ahead and get offline because, I don't know, my eyes are going. All of a sudden, I think I'm starting to get tired a little bit. But I'm gonna be up for like the next 2.5 hours. So, anyway, I will come back on here probably on. I'll probably come back on here next on Wednesday. Probably stream wise, maybe. But hopefully everyone has a great rest of your night or day or evening or afternoon, wherever y'all are from. Y'all are all from different time zones, so it's, we're all not different timelines. So, it's just kind of what we do. So, give me just a minute. But yeah, so I will see you guys on Wednesday probably. But also, do stay tuned if I do post stuff this week. So yeah.